All right, get rid of this crap. I feel like technical fun when we're doing this shit. So this is a whole new piece that I have going on here. So I have to go through this and put all this crap out again. It sucks. It doesn't want to do it. All right, there we go. Let's kill this to figure it all off again. All right, there we go. Let's get rid of what's on the background because it's annoying. Here, you want some confetti? Yay! All right, I don't know what that is. Is that? There's all kinds of shit going on in here, huh? All right. All right, so let's take away the overlay. And let's see if we can get rid of that. We don't want any overlay. There's like no plain overlay. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we have. So I'm retesting this whole thing. This is all new setup and everything. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. We'll see. But anyway, so welcome to the My Migo Like channel. We no longer are connected to the Migo Like Facebook group. Long story, I think I explained the last video, but we have decided that we are starting a new channel, a new Facebook group that is called The Toys We Love. The Toys We Love. All right, today, this is our second box shooting this video. The channel's still My Migo Like. Let's make it more confusing, but Facebook group's The Toys We Love. First, big thank you to David Gunn for putting together probably the best promo video ever on any page. We had a small discussion about it. As usual, I give David very little details. I said, David, I have this crazy idea. I think it might be dumb. What do you think? And David just goes ballistic and makes it work. Something amazing. So thank you, David. Also, thank you to everyone who's in the group. Seriously. I want to say thank you very much. When David and I left Migo Like on Facebook, which was a page that was started many years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, just for reasons of our own that we just didn't share the ideas and what some of the other guys were doing. Yes, although we could have said, well, it's our room, get out. It's not how we do things, right? We don't like to lose friends over stupid shit like that. So you run that room, make the changes you want. Hopefully you're successful, and we'll go do something else and go to a room where we still like to have the freedom of not being, things watched over and so on. We don't like that too much. So the idea is that we put a room that's pretty much free to speak as you wish. Yes, believe it or not, they can exist. Anyway, so I just picked this up. This just came in. It's an immaculate shape so far from the outside. This is the ideal G.I. Joe Sentry Post. Actually, it's in quite good shape. There's a little bit of denting on the back. The lock is still in place, the brass lock. The graphics look really good. Very little bending, I would say, and it's very clean. So this was made by Ideal Toys. Made by Ideal Toys, and the idea was you could use your, obviously, G.I. Joes or similar action figures. It's basically scaled to a 12-inch figure. You could use smaller figures, but it's for scale. This came out in the 60s, if I remember correctly. I can't remember the dates. I remember it's the 1960s. You can find more information on this on mymigolike.com. I have, well, this actually is probably the fourth one of these cases, and they came in two varieties. Basically, the graphics, everything on the outside were the same. You kind of got this guy leaning out of the shack shooting, another guy through a broken window shooting with what should be an enemy. There's a little explosion going off down here. We got windows that look like they've been shot out or broken, maybe possibly from the explosion. Maybe some bullet holes on there. Even out the side windows, we have a guy shooting. And here we've got him with a rifle. Over here, we've got him with a handgun. And you see this explosion going off right above his head in the window. Big hole here. So I'm going to explain what you can do with this. And actually, I'll actually have some of the things I need to actually make this happen. Most popular probably for G.I. Joe. There was Captain Action back in the day that Ideal Toys, who built this or made this, also had. And there was if I'm correct, it was a Sergeant Rock outfit you could get for the Captain Action figure, which would play along, but mostly G.I. Joe or similar action figures. A lot of knockoff G.I. Joe figures coming out at the time, especially into the 70s. Hasbro did really well with G.I. Joe. Now, could you use this with a smaller figure? Sure, but it's kind of scaled more to the 12. So let's open it up, take a look inside. So once we look inside, we're going to see we have this. This is the ground, and you can see there's some tire tracks across here, and there's this little wooden platform. The idea is that this, was the roadway. What I'm looking at here, bring this down. This was the roadway, so you can bring your Jeep or car across. This is where you could put your Sentry Guard, and the idea was that this is coming with 2 painted head Joes, and I'll explain that in a minute as to why I got them. The idea is you would roll this out to here, okay, and then you could put your guard, if you will, here at the Sentry Post. I have a few Joes over there, and then you control who goes in and out of the road, right? You can pass, you can't pass, or so on. In the background, we've got more graphics back here, some really great graphics. It looks like the back of the building's blown out. There's 3 guys out there running with guns. We've got inside here, this might be a little hard to see. We got some helmets and some backpacks on the floor. And here you see with this vinyl case where you could keep your combat gear, a shelf. And down here was your weapons and ammunition was kept in here. Now, this is the updated version of this case from my deal. The original case, this was made out of a very thin blue styrene plastic. And if you know anything about styrene plastic, which is what a lot of those type of glue models, who's here? Sancharoni, the Sancharoni, the Sanchamahini, the Sancharuski, Sancharonski, Shanblowski, Sancho. What's up, Brian? So if you notice plastic, it cracks. It's very easy to crack and break. So these would get broken. So they came up with, I'm not sure at what point, but they came up with this updated version. I actually have 2 of the cases with the plastic. It breaks, it cracks over time. It just gets brittle as hell. So I got this better version with kind of this vinyl inside over cardboard. Definitely works a lot better. Gives a lot more strength. And the neat thing about this, in addition to, I actually put this one on a little crooked. In addition, is you could store at least some action figures and some accessories, pack it up, and off you go. So let me move this aside for a minute, because the reason I got this is I got it for a very good price on a make an offer. Clothes need to look like they need to be cleaned up a little bit, but these are, it came with 2 vintage painted head Joes. These are the real deal. None of the remakes, nothing like that. They're actually in quite good shape. I just saw pictures of them. Looks like we've got, it looks like probably the Sanchez, is that like this more the blue sailor suit, I think it was. And then this is more of, I guess, the Marine or Army set. Let's take a look and see what kind of things are in there. Now, it does have one of the tags. This looks like a newer, that looks like, I don't know if that's new or old. It says G.I. Joe. I thought that was a newer tag, although these are supposed to be vintage figures. The outfits are definitely vintage. I could tell you by the wear on them and the dirt, but we're going to double check. And the easiest way for us to double check is by checking out the stamps on the bodies. It looks like, I don't want to see if they're cracked at all. These clothes are going to get washed anyway. I will put them in a very, very gentle dish soap or very gentle laundry detergent and let them soak for a few minutes, not too long, because if the threads are old, I let one soak one time and the threads actually just disintegrated. And I don't want that to happen, but I can guarantee once I put this in like a little cup of water or whatever, what's going to happen is it's just going to be a lot of brown. You can actually see there's quite a bit of staining on that, if you will. Some of that will come out. But you can see it's the real G.I. Joe. Actually, wow, Sanchez, you're going to love this. See the tag? I'll let Brian Sanchez explain that. G.I. Joe by Hasbro in Japan. So it is a great piece. Sanchez, what was the deal with the Japan stuff? There was much less made in Japan, or it was, am I correct, or that it was a shorter period of time the stuff was made in Japan? I don't know if it's more desirable. All I know is that whenever I see stuff made in Japan, it's very, very few pieces and very rare. These guys are going to get a good bath, by the way. I've come to the point where I've stopped leaving the action figures in this kind of half dirty state, And I will, these are actually tall boots, by the way, which is pretty cool. I will give them a cleaning. It just makes better. Some things I will not touch. If they're so brittle or so like bad, I will not. Okay, so he's got a little bit of we've got the cracked knee syndrome, not too bad. His elbows look good. The body looks good. I know Sanchez is getting excited because I took the clothes off this figure. But we are here. Let's see. Is this the right? There we go. There's your, it's going to be hard for you guys to see, but it's stamped the 1964. And we should have the inverted thumbs. Obviously, we have the inverted thumbs where they took the thumbnail on the inside of the thumb. That was to keep people from copying it, I guess, or to protect themselves from it. So that's pretty cool. So this looks like this is an older outfit. This is also, there's the other stamp. Be careful. This is also G.I. Joe in Japan. It's hard to see, but this is also, these pants are also done in Japan. You see popcorn. Sanchez, you're a pisser. All right, let's get these boots off. These are the taller brown boots. I want to see if there's what damage we have on him. For the most part, even the outfit on this one's actually pretty good. And again, you don't want to leave it too long in water. It could possibly damage it. That's why I use a very gentle cleaner. I'll put them in some kind of plastic container and let them soak for a few minutes. It just takes like a good bit of dirt out. Okay, this one's also Japan. Sanchez. This one's also Japan. Because I think the original ones were started in Japan, right, Brian? And then they moved them to the United States or Hong Kong. I forget, but I think it's pretty cool they did stuff in Japan. I don't know why. I think it's just, as a symbol of it, it was older. Let's see what this guy looks like. See how he's doing. So this one has so this one's got a big crack in the thigh, in the calf. It's getting a little crack here. These are not uncommon things that we see in these older Joes, but he seems to be okay. He's got some cracks in the knees, and it's age. It's not necessarily plague. He's actually quite good. He's dusty, but all of his paint's in place. There's no messed up parts on there. There's no scratches or anything. This one as well. This one's actually quite shiny, even to say the least. He's quite good. So got two Joes. This one looks like he's been dusted. We're going to clean that up. So let me give you a quick idea of what would happen here. All right. So your piece would be here. This would come out. You'd have a guy standing guard duty here. Like I said, the vehicle would pull up. Again, this is where you could store all your equipment and your gear inside of it. Again, this was made by Ideal Toys. They put graphics everywhere. Like you see even the explosions up top as if they're on the top of the building, which I think are really, really cool. These guys, they put some artists to work to paint these things, and then they just printed them. Here we go, Corporate Ideal Toy Corp. And I think you could get these probably through magazines and so on. So really cool. Very excited to get them. Let me see if I can find an example. The one with the blue shelving. It's very fragile if it's even there. I know I have some. I just have to see which ones they are. And we will see. Let's see. This one. Let's see. This one. Maybe this one. Possibly this one. Let's see what we have. There we go. Okay. So I apologize. I have three of the ones like I just showed you, and this is a fourth one. Pretty much the same. Looks like the graphics and everything are pretty much the same on the outside. Even the marking, it's a mark for Ideal Toys. I don't see the marking on this one. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just underneath. So you can see, when they used to print these things, they weren't very good about, the colors were always a little blurry and so on. They weren't quite stamped so well. But this is the older version. You can see it's got the blue plastic. It's styrene. You can see it just breaks off, little rivets here on the side. It just breaks off. And it's just very, very fragile plastic. Not really good. It's kind of cool. It's supposed to look like it's metal, if you will. But, yeah, not not really the best idea, same graphics and so on. So I guess they realized they had enough of those broken ones and they went to the other set. Those blue plastic ones are harder to come by because they are older. All right, well, that's what we have for today. That's what we're showing here. Feel free to check out our Facebook group, The Toys We Love, and stop on by and say, hey, Sanchez, what's up? Brian Sanchez, man of 1,000 faces. All right, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. Let me see if I can throw some graphics on here. I'm just testing all kinds of things. Let's say, does this work? Oh, yeah. Thank you for watching.